All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, the main event here. And as you can see from the title and all that stuff, we are going to talk about the three new Pokemon that we saw. Three other new Pokemon that we saw in today's trailer, depending on when this comes out. So either today's trailer or yesterday's trailer. Question of the day, though, spoiler alert: Armarouge or Ceruledge? Pick your fighter. You might got to choose a side. I was very team Ceruledge to start, but I'm kind of also looking at Armarouge like, man, that's a cool dude. He's a cool dude, so I might have to rock. I don't know. I got both games coming, so I might just play them both and get them both. So before we click on one and start reading about it, click like for your boy, subscribe if you're new, and let's go ahead and get into it. So we're gonna start off with Armarouge here. So it's a Pokemon Scarlet exclusive. Ability is Flash Fire, which is nice. Hopefully, it does have another ability. But as it says here, Flash Fire's ability, so it'll be immune to fire type moves, which is like nice. It's a good switch in. Um, I wonder how viable these abilities are going to continue to be in the age of terrestrializing, but we will find out. Its armor, look at that design, it's so awesome. Um, its armor is the source of its psychic power, so you can see like the body has the fire, so you know the armor probably adds the psychic typing, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so Armarouge set of armor belong to a distinguished warrior, and it's the source of the energy used for psychic type moves. Also uses the psychic capabilities of this armor to control the fire energy within his body. Okay, so it's like it's like a pyrotechnic kind of thing, like Pyro from the X-Men. Lives by the principles of a fair fight. So you'll see the contrast to the other one in a moment. Believes in a fair fight. It will challenge an opponent head to head, no matter how much stronger that opponent is. It specializes in using sturdy armor to bolster its defenses and take down its enemy with high firepower. So to me, it sounds like a bulky special attacker. Which is good because it also, again, you're gonna see with the other one, it has a big contrast, so it's probably gonna be slower, bulky, really heavy set, but with really big special attack stat is what I'm gathering here. It's definitely gonna be a special attacker based on its special move. Armor cannon, fire type special move, which Armarouge moves both its pauldrons, which are the shoulder things. I'll scroll down a little bit for you. To its hands, makes this big Mega Buster cannon, which is really cool. And puts its arm together to form a cannon, allowing it to shoot down its own armor as a blazing projectile. So it does say it lowers its defense and special defense. So it lets me know that, like I said, it's going to be a very high base power move, most likely. That's kind of like my just bold prediction, if you want to call it bold. And it's going to lower your stats, like moves like close combat, which are 120 base power, lower your defenses, or superpower, lower your attack stats. So I'm thinking that this is going to be like a 120 base power move, most likely. And probably 100% accurate if they're gonna give you the trade-off of lowering your defense and special defense. I do think it's gonna have like really bulky defense, special defense stats, so that it can afford to lose a little bit in that, and you could probably invest. So I think it's gonna be really cool. I'm definitely gonna try to get this thing on the team. I wonder if you can catch more than one. Probably not, because we don't know if it's a legendary or not, right? I don't think it mentions that. It looks like it should be a legendary, but if it's not, and you can like catch more, you can breed them. That'd be awesome, right? Because you can get one for your playthrough, and you could get one for competitive stuff. Granted, they'll probably continue with how you can use the soft sands or whatever it was in Sword and Shield to remove the EV. So you could probably do that for this as well. But still, if you could catch multiple and breed them, then that'd be awesome. So now I want to move over to Ceruledge. This is the one I fell in love with immediately. And I still think this might be my boy. I gotta look and see. This is a Violet exclusive. Same ability, Flash Fire. It kind of would have been nice if they had different abilities, I think, but I guess it keeps it kind of fair if they're gonna have similar stuff. I will say this one might end up being a little bit better just because Ghost, because they're both fire, but this one has a type advantage with Ghost going into Psychic. So it'll probably be faster, as you'll see later. But having the Ghost typing going into the Psychic typing gives it a really big advantage over the other one, over Armarouge, in my opinion. Now the other one's going to be really bulky, so maybe it can survive hits. But even this one, I don't predict it being bulky. When we get to its move, you're going to see why I don't think it matters that much. So let's look at this description. Flaming Great Swords absorb life energy, which is foreshadowing into its special move. Ceruledge dons an old set of armor, steeped in grudges and wields blades made of. That's such a cool description. In battle, these blades transform into great swords and increase Ceruledge's power. Cuts from the great swords leave wounds from which life energy would flow. This one will do anything to win. So prefers close quarters combat. You know, physical attacker versus special. There's the contrast already. Sword versus cannon, obviously. It will use sneak attacks and surprise attacks to win a battle. Makes me feel like it'll have shadow sneak. And the other ghost type move where you phase out and you come back in the next turn. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, uses quick movements, so it lets me know it's probably going to be speedy to capitalize on the opponent's blind spots, then closes the distance to slash its opponent with its large blades. I wouldn't be surprised if it has like its own signature ghost move as well. Because this is a fire type move. A move Ceruledge can learn is Bitter Blade, which is a great name for a move. This thing gets cooler and cooler as I read it, and I'm leaning back towards picking this one first. Bitter Blade is a fire type physical move that gathers the lingering regrets of the fallen into Ceruledge's swords, allowing it to focus that bitterness into a slashing attack. The swords then absorb life energy from wounds they made, and the user's HP is restored by up to half the damage taken by the target. So if this thing does 100 damage to you, it gets 50 back. I think that's like really good, because it doesn't seem like there's any drawback to it. Maybe it won't have a crazy high base power for the move. Maybe it'll be like 90 or something. But I think it's gonna have like very, very fast mon. I don't say very fast. I don't think it'll be like Zacian or Calyrex Shadow Fast. I think it'll be like over base 100 though, for sure. So I think it'll have something like a 130, 140 base attack stat, probably some moderate defenses, decent HP. It'll probably have a nice HP stat, but not great defenses, and you can just restore the HP by spamming this move before you get hit and maybe survive that way. So I think that's something that could be really good. So you see the contrast between this and Armarouge. Basically, like I said, fast physical attacker versus bulky special attacker. Other one's probably going to be slow too, so it might be a good trick room on. We'll find out as more information comes out. Just personality wise, design wise, they're completely different. One is bright, one is dark. I wonder if that like it also, if you look at them, one feels more like let's go back. It feels more like Koraidon. The Armarouge seems to kind of go with it a little bit better. And this one, Miraidon, goes with this one a little better. And that's probably on purpose, right? Because this is like the violet mon, and this is the scarlet one. So, and this one also seems a little bit more futuristic in the armor style. And this one seems more like medieval. So I love the designs of how they're doing these mons so far in this game. It's looking like some of the best designs in Pokemon history, honestly. But let's get to the third mon, because this one is, you could argue it's the most interesting one, even though it's just a little crab. Klawf, a Pokemon with powerful claws. That doesn't sound very interesting. This ability, Anger Shells. So Shell Armor, we know you get hit, you lower your defense. I think you raise another stat. But the Anger Shells, what we're going to get into in a minute. Spinning Eyes. Look at this thing's eyes. Spinning eyes that leave no blind spots. Klawf can rotate its protruding eyeballs to see everything around it, eliminating all blind spots. It lays upside down onto cliffs to ambush its prey from above. There's a big old thing jumping on people from above. Well, there's a little in this picture, but there was a big one, which might be a hint towards gameplay, like because they said they were bringing back Alpha Mons. I think they called it a Titan in the trailer. However, Klawf eventually gets dizzy from the blood rushing to its head, so it can't stay upside too long. Uh-oh, that's not good. Claws that are both strong and dexterous. Yeah, Klawf's claws can hold onto things very tightly, not letting prey go once within its grasp. So don't let that thing grab you. It might have like a guillotine, like Kingler does. It might have that. It uses one claw to hold the opponent in place while using the other to break its guard. So it's like holding you, and it's like beating you down with the other claw. Even if Klawf loses a claw in battle, or else it'll grow back after a while. So it can regenerate. So I wonder if that means like it's gonna have like a lot of vitality, meaning a lot of bulk, a lot of HP. Also, probably a physical attacker, probably a big attack stat too. In certain parts of the Paldea region, Klawf's claws are considered. Say that 5 times fast. Klawf's claws are considered a valuable cooking ingredient. Oh, they're eating the boy. They're eating my boy. Anger Shell. This is what I wanted to get into. Anger Shell ability is making its first appearance in a brand new ability. Klawf's HP drops to half or less. The Pokemon gets angry, then it lowers its defense and special defense. But it boosts its attack, special attack, and speed. So you know how like Berserk, you go under 50, you just get like a special attack boost, or like an attack. You just get one boost. Here you lose some stats, but you gain speed, special attack, and attack. So like this thing probably has decent attack stats on the special and the physical side. Probably be higher on the physical still. But it gets a speed boost, right? So I wonder how much base speed it has. And then if it has all these shell-related things, it probably has Shell Smash too. So if you can like get off a Shell Smash and then also, boost all your stats by 2 stages, and then you take some damage but you survive, and get another boost in those things, you're gonna be looking at like +3 and everything, and that's gonna be insane. If you look at the pictures though, it says the Wild Klawf's attack rose, speed rose, special attack rose. Usually rose just means one stage. This is why I said Shell Smash plus this would be +3, because Shell Smash is +2, and this looks like it's gonna be +1. But even then, +1 is gonna like be insane, just for getting knocked down and getting knocked down to half HP. If this thing gets belly drum, it'll knock itself down to half HP. You can put a berry on it, get some health back, and then you get your +1. You'll get your +1 in. I know you're probably thinking it's a bit redundant to use belly drum, but if you use belly drum, you know you'll max out your attack stat, but you'll get the speed boost as well. Usually belly drum is just an attack boost, but because of this ability, you'll get a speed boost as well, which is actually might be more valuable than Shell Smash overall, depending on what the base speed of this Pokemon is. Or you could use it to just get the health down, and if you want to use special attack stuff, but I think it would be better with the attack and speed. Yeah, so like, what do you guys think of the competitive viability of these 3 mons? I think all 3 of them are going to have a place in like the competitive meta for sure. Right now, I think the best one is Klawf could end up being the best one because it's just because, like I said, the that ability is kind of busted. It has a better ability than these 2 have, but I think that special move on Ceruledge and it probably being a speedy mon is going to be kind of gonna make it the best one overall, in my opinion. It's a little bit sad that these 2 don't deal with Incineroar very well, which is probably gonna make it into the game most likely. But I think with terrestrializing, you can switch to a fighting type or something. Probably has Sacred Sword. Probably will have like Aura Sphere. You can terrestrialize into like a fighting type. Avoid like a throat chop from the Incineroar, or resist one, I should say, and then hit it back with a big fighting move. Or a big what's it called? Terra Blast. I forgot about that. So you can probably hit it with a big Terra Blast. So I think they'll be really good. I think all 3 of them are gonna be good. We know Cyclops has a special move. I'm really, really excited for these mons just because Pokemon has a habit of making these mons that are really cool, and then when we get them, we can't use them very well competitively, such as Toxtricity. That's what it was, Toxtricity. Toxtricity is such a cool mon, but it's not very good competitively, especially in doubles. Eldegoss was cool, but you know, not that good. Alcremie had its moments, but not that good. But those are really cool mons that they really hyped up, and we couldn't really use them to the best of their abilities. Now, of course, they made stuff like Zacian and the Calyrex, etc., which were cooler, but like I'm talking about from launch. Those mons were not like really usable from launch. These would probably be usable from launch as they're promoting them. So yeah, once again, question of the day, answer that for me. Ceruledge or Armarouge? Choose your fighter. I'm leaning towards Ceruledge right now. Let me know if which one you are the team of. Let me know if it also influences the decision on which game you're gonna get if you're only getting one. Because some people, obviously, not everyone can afford to get both games. So are you gonna go for Miraidon and Ceruledge or Koraidon and Armarouge? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.